Hello everyone, this is a little update video. I know that I've got all 5 of my ballots for Codebreaker, but we're not going to be playing Codebreaker. Instead, what we're going to be doing is going to be setting up our deck. So, from playing Codebreaker, we managed to get quite a lot of cards. We even managed to get a Fortified 1 Nash Carter, which is our first ever Fortified Valhalla card. And the thing that we need to do first is we need to sort out the deck. So we had quite a few cards that were really good that we were using for quite some time. We, even at one point, we're having to use this Randy Orton and this Right Arrow Valhalla Randy Orton, but we no longer need to do that because we've actually got a lot more powerful cards. So the first thing we want to do is go into Has Equipment. We're going to remove everyone's equipment. We're just going to do that right off the bat. And then that will show us where everyone stands in terms of power without any equipment. And because we're in the middle of a men's... Oh, I'm not allowed to detach this because she's in Performance Center. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, for some reason when they're in Performance Center you're not allowed to add or remove equipment. Very strange thing. And you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of these cards that absolutely were being used that are no longer going to be used. So we're not going to sort out the females in this video. Instead, we're only going to focus on the males. And that's it. So this is the only one with equipment that we can't remove. So now we're going to look at males. And there you go. There is our top 16 down to Xavier Woods, or down to King Woods. And Finn Balor is actually stronger than Roman Reigns, which is very impressive considering that Roman Reigns still has the Universal title. Right, so what we want to do is we now go into, well, you can look at Codebreaker or you can look at Giants Unleashed, and these are the ones that we want to sort out. So you can see there that we don't need necessarily everyone, because we're going to be using The Miz and Bret Hart, who are both down here. So we shall need to see what ones we're not using. So we're not using Roddy Piper. And we're not using Angelo Dawkins. So we're not going to put equipment on either of these two cards, but we will put them on the rest of the cards. And the best way to do this is just put the strongest equipment on the strongest cards. I suppose if you really wanted to, you could put the strongest equipment on your weaker cards, which would give you more of a balance. But I don't like putting too much thought into these things. Another thing is your equipment is already sorted out for you. Basically, it automatically chooses the power levels of the equipment, if you will. So this is already naturally in order for you. Got another couple to do. Now some of these are probably going to change a little bit when they get leveled up, because obviously Ron Simmons is only at level 72, he's not won all of his matches yet. Nick Carter is only at level 104, he's Fortified 1, so he's probably going to go up a little bit higher. But we're just doing this quickly. You know, there's no precision necessary in it. The Rock is used, so we want to give him equipment. So we're skipping these two, going straight to King Woods. And then it is The Miz. And lastly, Bret Hart. There you can see that Miz and Bret Hart, they're actually still and not quite in this top 16 bracket. However, we do have some cards that aren't of any use to us at all. So if we go to all of our different things, we click autofill. You can see that each of these increases quite dramatically. If you want to see them, just pause the video beforehand and then take a look at the before and after pictures, and you'll see the full proper difference between these. These ones are already set up. So you'll see that if you look at decks, not using any decks. Also, not using any decks. Now, generally I tend to keep little event images, but these ones are ones that we don't really need. We also don't need this Randy Orton either, because the Bret Hart is significantly stronger. I will keep all of the Valhalla cards though, because getting a pro of any of them does help out quite a bit. We don't need to look at anything below Maelstrom. So those are being kept. This is being kept to make another Valhalla fusion, and this is only being kept just in case we pull a pro. Then I will make that to a pro and get the image. Same with these two, because even if I fully leveled those, got them to level 100, got them with 100 matches, pro'd them, got them to the 100 matches again, and got to max level, it still wouldn't be anywhere near enough to be in my deck. So these are only used for images. The same as this has only been used for the fusions as well. So that is where we're at. So Ron Simmons could use a little bit more training, so we're going to feed him this Randy Orton. Level 95, only needs 10 more levels. Nash Carter only needs 1 and a bit levels, so we don't really want to go wasting these two on these. So instead, let's look at trainable. We do have these two that do need to be leveled though, so let's do that. And we're going to get rid of Kushida. Put Zelina Vega to level 93, and Caden Carter. And there we go. And that helps out that quite a bit as well. But yes, Codebreaker in a lot of these events, they're very, very good, particularly for these reward packs, because in every single time you complete a level, you've got a chance of getting all of these. And sometimes you'll get a random Valhalla support, sometimes you'll get Valhalla Extreme cards, you'll get Valhalla cards, you can get Extreme Maelstrom cards, and so on and so forth. So it's really, really good for those rewards, as well as, of course, the Kevin Owens himself, which is the main reward. So that is it for this video, folks. I'm just about to go back in and do Codebreaker, but if we look at our Codebreaker deck, you can see it has increased quite a little bit. Now, of course, my main deck, I can't get rid of the equipment from Shayna Baszler yet, but you can actually see that Jacy Jayne is still ahead of Shayna Baszler. So Extreme Pros are better than Christmas Pros. So this is a interesting little thing for you. I'm probably going to keep this Shayna Baszler, just to have the Christmas image, but I didn't need to keep the Maelstrom Christmas images. I'll very, very quickly show you the vast amount of images that I have. So you can see here that I keep all of these extreme cards, the images. I try to keep one of each. These ones, the double heroics that I've created, I've no intention of getting rid of them, because those are the things that I obviously work quite hard for. But some of them you get the cool animation, and although you can see the animation in your catalogue, what you can't do is you can't change the image. You know, so if I wanted to, I could change this to whatever image I want, but this one, it's only this one image that it'll give you. So if I want to, let's say, change Alexa Bliss, and I can see what she looks like with an egg. then we can just change it back, and there we go. But if we go to catalog and we go to names and we go to Alexa Bliss, then when I click on this image, that's all I can do. I can't swap this image out. So although it still gives me the animation, it doesn't let you, you know, screw about with it. And that's what I keep these things for. So as you can see here, you can see there's a whole bunch of double heroics that are all just in a row there. They're not getting removed. This is a unique Becky Lynch. Anything that's a unique image, I tend to keep. I don't actually need both of these. I'm not sure why I've got both actually. It's maybe an oversight. Maybe I was still using that at one point. But yeah, that I need to make a decision on what one I want to keep. Yeah, that's weird. Probably the Sasha Banks, because she's fortified 1. I mean, not that the power matters because I will never use it, but you absolutely are not used, or not required. Wow. Don't know why that was there. That's a regular SummerSlam. I'm just going through here and I'm just seeing random cards. This is how often I look at these. So of course the unique, obviously those are getting kept. More double heroics. I think you're a fusion actually. That's a cooler image. Double heroic. A whole bunch of double heroics actually. These ones are unique Stone Colds. So I really like this SmackDown image. I think that's quite cool. So yes, this one's quite nice. Quite like that. But yeah, a lot of these, I mean, like the pro image here, like, doesn't really change that much. But just the fact that it's a unique extreme card, I'll keep those. Valhalla cards, obviously, I keep. These ones are uniques, so the image gets kept. Same with the Samoa Joe. That's just Valhalla card. I didn't know what that was there, that's why I clicked on it. I really like these champion cards, because it really doesn't make any sense, especially when, WWE get rid of people like Braun Strowman. Then, that's just an amazing card to have. Or, Bryan Danielson, of course. So, yeah, there's another unique card. Well, actually, that's a double heroic. Wow. Is that Royal Rumble? Yeah. That must have been the first Royal Rumble event card, because the rest of them all share that image. Huh. This is the only fortified 1 event card. They did the event 3 times so that you could get a fortified 1, which was pretty cool. There was a way to get a fortified 1 Big Show, but that was through cheating, and I opted not to do that. It was that Big Show I think you could fortify. Yeah. But I didn't like the idea of doing that. I didn't like the idea of all this work that I'd put into it. Like possibly being banned or anything like that. So that's why I was like, no, absolutely not. Oh, here's a half heroic Hulk Hogan. I think this was the first Vanguard event, and I don't think I could get the ring domination one, but I did, +2 my way through the Road to Glory and managed to get the 1 heroic Hulk Hogan. So that was the story behind that one. Yeah, because that is Vanguard and this is Vanguard. So this is what the Vanguard event cards are supposed to look like. This was the special first one for Hulk Hogan. And yeah, stuff like the WrestleMania ones. More extreme cards down here. Christmas Eve. I think Eve is different from Eve Torres. I think it's 2 different people. Similar to Tori and Tori Wilson, because those were 2 different people. Someone let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong about that. Some of these are just ridiculous, like this hot dog thing going on in the background here. This one, I think, I'm not sure if you can actually still get that image. Because that was, oh wait, maybe you can now. But at the time you couldn't. There was only a limited time that you could set that image on there. That was nonsense. Before they fixed it. Random Hall of Fame Jim Duggan. So yeah, so I've got a whole bunch of, you know, these images here. A lot of them like I changed the initial image for, because I think these were like black and white pictures or something. The reason why this one's kept is because this one's Behemoth, and this one up here is Royal Rumble. And they are a little bit different. Like, it's not that different, but it's different enough that I was like, I'll keep one of each. Certain ones like this I quite like. So yeah, that is just a little update on my images. Now I shall have to get back to playing Codebreaker because inevitably I'm going to start losing ranks if I don't keep playing. I'm going to play a little bit more of that before I go to bed, and then hope that I'm still in the top 500-ish. In fact, actually, I'll show you something. Oh yeah, yeah, we got some cool Valhalla cards as well. So quite pleased with that. Also, Second Wind is actually stronger than the Pro Universal Championship. So Second Winds are very, very strong. In fact, I think I managed to get rid of everything. Yeah, before Season 8. Because this is all Season 8 stuff. And a lot of it I've managed to pro as well. The reason why I've Silver Pro these is because I will never use them. You know, I even like fully pro this table, and the table is crap. Like, I'd probably only ever swap between these three. And generally it would just be Second Wind and Universal Championship I'd use. And most of the time it's probably just going to be William Regal, but I've got the option to go through, you know, a bunch of them there if I want to. $1 Million Man's another one that's quite good. So the reason that these are good is because it gives a boost to 2 items, you know, like toughness and charisma, to the entire deck. This one is power and speed, this is speed and charisma, this one is toughness and speed, this one's power and toughness, and this one is power and charisma. And then you've got the 4 basic ones, which is toughness, charisma, that's also charisma's pro, power, and there is one for speed as well, which is Bobby the Brain Heen. And then the rest of these are just one-off abilities rather than actual managers. So, like, just toughness. So this one's like charisma, speed, toughness, and there's another one for power. I'm sure there is. Power is table. Yeah, that's why. That's the last one. So if it only hits one of the 4 things, it's not as good as hitting 2 things, and ideally you want it to be for the entire deck, because those are the ones that activate at the beginning of the game, and then you want just 2 strong ones. So Second One's really good because it gives it all stats, but only gives 385, whereas the Universal Championship gives 696, but only to 2 of them, only to toughness and speed, whereas this gives it to power, speed, toughness, and charisma. So that's why Second Wind is really, really strong. But that is going to be it for this video, folks. Just a little update, a little tutorial, showing you some of the cards, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. Now I'm going to get back to playing Kevin Owens of the Codebreaker, because what I really want to be in is, you see here, see how it's 620? It goes from this green gold rank to this blue rank. I want to be in that 620 range, in that top 620. Of course, the next higher up rank is 254, where you get the silver version. If you get into the top 106, you get the gold one. And then if you get to top 33, you get purple. Top 11, silver. And then, of course, rank 2 is the purple gold. Only one of them. And then number 1 is the fully gold, which would be the strongest card in the game if you manage to get that. But only until Royal Rumble rank comes out. And then, of course, Royal Rumble cards would be even stronger. But anywhere up to the top 10,000 is still going to be a very, very good card. But if you want something that's going to be stronger than a double heroic, it needs to be that top 600 rank. Anywhere in the top 10,000 is going to be around the same as just a Vanguard Pro. A Valhalla Pro, sorry, not Vanguard Pro. Get a little bit higher up, it gets closer to an Event Pro, You get a little bit higher up, you get a single Heroic Pro, but if you want the double Heroic Pro or something stronger, double Heroic Pro has to be in that top 620 range, has to have that little blue logo next to it. And that is going to be it for this video, folks. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please give us a like, share and subscribe. If you are subscribed, please click that notification icon so that you can see when these videos go up. And the best way to help out the channel is if you just take quite a little scroll through my videos and just click on the ones that you enjoy and just enjoy yourself and have fun watching all of those. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.